Hello, thanks for tuning in again. This fly would be at home on a still water as well as a river. It's the good old hare's ear. There's lots of different variants out there, but the one I'm going to tie for you is fairly traditional. I'm going to start with using a hare's mask, and what I need is the long guard fibres off of this. I'm going to use for the tail, and for the body I'm going to use the hare's ear, the lug as it's called. So what I've got in the vise at the moment is a Hanak 270 barbless hook, and it's at size 10, and I'm going to be using the Vivis E01 8.0 in black. First thing to do then is a little bit of wax onto your thread, and let's get a few wraps on. So just start back from the eye and get yourself going. Work your thread backwards towards the bend, and if you remember these hooks when we've used them in the past, there's a pronounced bump at the hook, and that's the mark I'm looking for to finish my bed of thread. So as I said before, I'm looking for the long garbed hairs here, and I'm just going to off camera take a small amount. You don't need much. Proportions is something that those new to fly tying struggle with a little, and my advice would be is less is more as far as fly tying goes. So always put on what you think and then half it, and you'll be thereabouts correct. So I've just about got what I need from that, and I brought my thread back again to my bump on my hook. Now the rib, I'm going to use some Danville's fine wire in gold. I've already taken some off because it did give me some problems before, as you might have noticed when I done the parachute arms. But I'm all prepared this time, so I've got my little wire rib and I'm going to catch that in. And you might not be able to see, but I've actually run that up the length of the shank on my side. And then I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to take some off my hare's lug, and you don't need too much, and if you haven't got enough you can always add more. So I'm just going to put that straight onto the thread. Like so, and I'm going to add a little bit more. So you can, if you like, just get some synthetic dubbing or natural dubbing. I use Andrew's scruffy dubbing for a lot of my hare's ears and stuff now. It just seems to save a lot of time and hassle. So bring that up. And I'm not too worried about this. I know it looks a bit sparse up at this front end at the minute, but I'm not so worried because I need about a third of that length of the shank for my thorax. So I'm now going to bring in my gold rib, like so. Then I'll bring it to the front, catch that in. Then, keeping tension on the thread, I'm just going to twist away my wire rib. Okay, for the thorax cover I'm going to use some pheasant tail. This is a really light one that's been sun bleached. It's been picked up after a long time in the weather, and what I'm going to do is I'll try and do this cock-handed, but basically I want to bring up maybe 5 or 6 feathers, and I want to bring them at a 90-degree angle so that I get the tips all matching. And I can tear them away like so, and just make sure. When I say matching, they don't have to be exact, but you want them kind of matching. So I want the tips of the feather here to protrude about 1/3 of the length of the hook. So forgive my fiddling, but it's important to get this bit right. So there we go, that looks about right. I'm going to just come over, catch it in a loop like so, and then I can come forward to the eye of the hook. Now I can let go now. I've just got a little bit of space behind the eye, and I need that because that's going to help me later on when I come to do the legs, which is what I'm going to use these for. So again, I'm going to grab my hare's ear, take a generous pinch of this to form the thorax. Now I like my thoraxes on my flies to have like a rugby shaped head. And I just find it looks right, and the fish seem to really like it, so I've kind of stuck with the formula I've got. So I'm going to build that now and just take my time so that I get the shape I want. Got a wee bit too much dubbing on, so I'm just going to take that off. Now if you've waxed your thread, taking the dubbing off like that can be quite difficult, so that's why I never do it when I'm on this, or certainly not with this fly. So next I'm going to bring my thorax cover over the top, and I'm just going to catch that in with 2 or 3 turns, then bring the whole lot back including your legs, and I'm going to put 2 or 3 turns there. Now keeping your thread under tension, and this is where it's all going to go wrong, that should just pluck away. I'm glad that worked out, or it had been on the bloopers at the end again. So I've now got my legs. I want to split them fairly evenly. Doesn't have to be exact, just put your bodkin needle between them. Sweep it all back below the hook and catch that in. Now to finish off then, I'm going to use some UV resin. Doesn't need much on the thread, and then from the front come up, catch it all in. Then with your whip finish tool, if you're using one, or hand whip as I'm doing, trim away. And I'll just come in with my UV pen, cure the head. And what this does is it just eliminates the need to varnish the head or super glue the head when you've finished the fly. It's a little bit neater and it's a little bit quicker. Then if you're of a mind to, you can pick out some of your thorax hairs. Just do the other side. And there you have a fairly straightforward hare's ear pattern. I hope that was of some use to you. As I said, rivers or still water, this will go down a treat. Thanks very much for watching.